Hi guys, it's Katie from Yarn Society. Whether you're a total beginner or just looking for some new supplies, here are a few of my favorites. I will be linking all of the supplies in the description box below, just in case you need those as well. Okay, let's get started. On to the yarn. This is one of my go-to yarns for amigurumi. It's by a company called Knit Picks, and they started a sister company for crochet called We Crochet. You should totally check out the site. It's beautiful and it's a really fun one for crocheters. I personally like this yarn for a few reasons. I like the colors it comes in, the smaller size, and the softness of this yarn. This particular yarn is a worsted weight yarn. Worsted weight yarn is a medium weight yarn, and the way you can tell this is by looking at the back of the yarn label. If it doesn't state that it's worsted weight like this one does, you can look for the little yarn symbol, and it's usually near the bottom next to a few other symbols for like washing and drying. The yarn symbol will have a number in it, and the number you're looking for is number 4. Okay, and on to the reason why I love this yarn. This yarn is made from a Pima cotton and acrylic blend, making this the softest yarn, but still giving it a beautiful stitch definition for your amigurumi. If you are someone that likes softer yarn, you should really give this a shot because you may just fall in love. The comfy worsted has beautiful colors, and it also has another category called shine worsted, and it kind of complements the comfy worsted. It is also very soft and it has a little shine to it, so it's also very beautiful. If you are looking for something new, check out wecrochet.com and look for comfy worsted or shine worsted. I'm going to link everything below. Now, I wouldn't leave you without really cute amigurumi to show you. I just wanted to show you, this is Cecil the cat, and she is made in the comfy worsted flamingo. This gives you a better idea of how the yarn looks in amigurumi. Here I have Kai the kitty, and she's made in the comfy worsted white and then also the flamingo. I really love that color. And here I even brushed out her tail to give it some fluff, so you can see that it even brushes out nicely. Here's another yarn by Knit Picks. It's called Wool of the Andes. It comes in tweed and a plain. This is made from 100% wool. So this is a really soft, it kind of even has like a little bit of a fuzzy texture to it. And you can see here in my crazy haired cow how this would look on your amigurumi. I do believe that the amigurumi would come out just a tad bit smaller than if you were to use cotton yarn, but it comes out really cute. I've been loving this yarn lately. I also used it in this fox, so it's really soft, has a little bit of fuzz, and it's just a nice yarn to work with. So that's another option that you can use if you're not a big fan of cotton, or if you just want to switch it up. This is called Wool of the Andes, and I'll also link this down below. This is for my fellow Hobby Lobby lovers. This is I Love Cotton yarn, and you can see here there's a little yarn ball. This is a size 4, so this is worsted weight medium size yarn, and it's 100% cotton, which in the past I've not loved 100% cotton because it can be really tough on your hands, but this yarn is so soft. I have a bit of an addiction, so this is definitely one to look for if you like Hobby Lobby and shop there. Here's my little Dash the dog. He's made in this yarn. The stitch definition is just really pretty, and he just looks great. This is an all-around great yarn, and they have a lot of colors as well. So give it a shot and see if you like it, and let me know. On to We Are Knitters. This is a yarn called the Cotton Yarn. It is my current love. This is 100% Pima cotton, which means that it has a little bit of a shine to it, and it is really soft. It is a beautiful yarn. Now this company has more muted colors, so you're not going to get those brights that you use for amigurumi. So I've used this on my Tofino basket. It just is a really beautiful yarn. It's organic yarn, so if you wanted to give that a shot in the future, it is just a great company. Their wool yarn is absolutely beautiful. So everything this company has is just gorgeous. Our last yarn for today is Paintbox yarn. This is actually a cotton yarn, but it's a DK yarn, meaning that when you find that little yarn ball, there's going to be a number 3. So this yarn is just a little bit thinner than your worsted weight yarn. And I'm going to try to show you here that on our Paintbox and our worsted, the paint box is just a tad bit thinner. So if you were to make an Ami in worsted and then a DK, you'll notice that there's just a little bit of a size difference. So in Amigurumi, you can either go with the worsted or the DK yarn. I mainly use worsted in my projects, but I do love this yarn, so I try to use it here and there. Here's my little bunny keychain. She's missing her flowers, but she was made in the DK yarn. So this is also a great yarn because they have so many colors. It's ridiculous. It's like the rainbow. So you can have a lot of fun with this yarn. Moving on to hooks. Okay, so starting off with the hooks, we will start off with our aluminum hook. You will go to a craft store, a Michael's or a Joann's, and you will definitely see these in the yarn aisle. These are great for when you're just starting to learn because you can get them in all different sizes and it's easy peasy. This one has more of a flat handle, but you'll also see these as well in the craft stores. This is something that you might want to try if you're not really digging the aluminum handle. Now this is the Clover Amour. I think I'm saying that right. This is by far my favorite hook. It is just a perfect size for me. I like the handle, and I still like that they have the aluminum top so that the yarn can just slide right off. So this is the one that I will link below because this is the only hooks that I use, the Clover Amour. So I will link these below. If you do like the aluminum, stick with that. And if you don't like the feeling, definitely give these a try. This is a Furls crochet hook. This is an ergonomic crochet hook. It has a little bit of weight to it and it's absolutely gorgeous. The ergonomic crochet hooks are supposed to help with hand pain. So if you are using the other hooks and you feel like you just do not like the way that they feel or the way that your hand feels after crocheting, give this one a shot and it might just help all of those issues. Moving on to essentials, after I have my yarn and my hook ready, I go on to my stitch markers. I always use a stitch marker in all of my projects. I do particularly love the plastic ones, but if you're starting out and you don't want to purchase those, you can use anything you have around the house. I got this off of some clothing that I bought. This one I think I may have purchased, or it's also from clothing. So just use something that you can keep track of. I will link these plastic ones below because they are just really easy to maneuver. They unlock and lock really easily, so I do love using these in my projects, and they have a ton of sizes as well. Next up, some sharp scissors for cutting our yarn, and then a few yarn needle or two. Here I have plastic and metal, and this one has a bent tip, which I particularly like for amigurumi assembly, but if you can only find a straight one, that's also fine. I use those as well. And you'll want to grab some polyfill stuffing. I believe Polyfill is the brand, and you just want to make sure that you can find anything to stuff your amigurumis with. We also want to include some straight pins. If you are doing amigurumi, these are a lifesaver when you're trying to pin parts together before you sew them. So definitely get some straight pins for that. A few extras, and this is mainly for amigurumi. One are safety eyes. I mainly use size 6mm, size 9, and also a size 12. I do prefer these type of safety eyes with the plastic backing, and I usually get mine from Joann Fabrics, and I've also gotten them from Amazon, so I'll link them below. And if you're not a fan of safety eyes, you can get into embroidering your faces, and I do use that DMC embroidery floss, and I also have some sharp needles, some thinner embroidery needles to use for that. And then last but not least, you can have a measuring tape just in case you need it for measuring your amigurumi or for doing gauge, which we don't usually do in amigurumi, but in other type of crochet it's good to have on hand. Okay, well that's all the supplies I have today. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. If you like this video or other crochet or amigurumi tutorials, please subscribe to my channel and also check out yarnsociety.com for free crochet patterns.